For about the last 35 years or even longer, I've been asking students to work on neighborhoods in New York City, to do research and get out into the city. But what happens over the years is you accumulate a filing cabinet full of information. And some are good and some are not good, but almost all are just a dialogue between you and the students. And with the development of the internet and more sophisticated technological tools, it becomes possible to obviously save these and share them. But I also wanted them, because we could do more and keep them more, and presumably by putting them on the web and making them available at least at some point to a wider audience, then they really need to have a little more quality to them. This project gets them to get into neighborhoods they otherwise would never see. There are people who go to Columbia University and, well, they know where the meatpacking district is, and they know where Greenwich Village is, and they can get there and then go to Times Square, but they've never been to Brooklyn. And the Bronx, that might as well be on the moon. And yet those are part of the city as well. And so first of all, I'm getting them out. Second of all, I think I'm teaching them a little bit about how history itself is done, that it can be a combination of both interviews and documentary research. And then thirdly, I think, and here's certainly the hope, that we're creating something here at Columbia that has legs, that as we refine it and develop it and spread it out both horizontally and give it more depth, that we can create something that's unique, that's not done in New York, and maybe that's not done anywhere, and that we can then make it available to maybe to the neighborhood itself. I mean, I think, I don't want to get ahead of myself, I'm no expert on this, but I think the potential for the future is quite large. They know they're not just doing this as a make-work project, just to satisfy some academic requirement. I don't think there's anything wrong with the work just for an academic requirement, but this goes beyond there. This is quite explicitly something where we hope that you will produce something that will be interesting to somebody who never been to Columbia, never been to this class, couldn't care less about it, but does care about Tottenville in Staten Island or Great Kills in Staten Island, which otherwise would have been completely ignored by people at Columbia. So I think it's potentially beneficial in many ways. With the help of the Center for New Media and Teaching and Learning, it allows us the possibility, some of them can do it with themselves, some of them need help, but to broaden their presentation by using video clips, by using photographs that are historic, by using interviews, by making the presentation itself not interactive, but more active, period. And this is something that you can do, obviously, on the web when you can't do it in just traditional written history papers. It's not just lying there on a piece of paper, it can be visualized. And so I think that's two different ways to see it. And we want them to, in a sense, be measured on both sides of that. Be happy. But I do think that some percentage of those students will be seriously energized by this and really want to take other people there and really become interested in a part of the city and the world that they never thought existed. And my larger goal is it's arrogant to say this, but to change the lives of a few people, to get them excited about something in a way they weren't excited before, to change the trajectory of their life. Or even if you don't change the trajectory of their life and they live all their lives in Montana, to realize or think that there's some value in piling everybody up in one anthill where everybody's different and you have to share a lot of space and a lot of problems. I think for the world in the 21st century, New York is a pretty good example of, in some ways, how to do it without conflict, how to do it without everybody going to war with each other. I mean, after all, you've put hundreds of literally ethnic groups here in all the shared space. There is an experiment going in the city, and that actually people love the city. And so even if most of them will never be there again, I want them to love the past and appreciate the past and remember that we build on the past and we don't just create anything out of whole cloth. And that's part of it, to either love history or respect history. And the other part is to feel the same way about New York City. Even if you decide, you know, I really do want a garden, I really do want to have a horse, I really do want my children to be able to go outside and own as far as they can see. If that's what you want, that's okay. But to still have a sympathetic place in their heart for a different choice, and to believe that we shouldn't all go to Walmart and shouldn't all live in a suburban situation, that there should be difference in the United States, and Manhattan and New York City and the outer boroughs sort of celebrate that difference or make it possible. And I hope that they get some of that from this assignment.